Welcome to Bulldog Talk, a podcast presented by Celina Curriculum.
Pat, Brooke, and Natalie, welcome to Bulldog Talk. All right, let's jump right in with some questions, just to get to know a little bit about you and for you to tell our audience more about how you're doing so far in the school year. So, Brooke, go ahead and start off for us.
So my name is Brooke Hoffman. I teach at Celina Intermediate School. I'm a 5th grade intervention specialist. I'm originally from Columbus Grove. I have 4 siblings, 3 brothers, 1 sister. I taught 2 years at Lima City Schools before I came to Celina. I also attended Rio Grande University while playing softball.
All right, my name is Pat Delisio, and I teach 6th grade math and science here. My first year here, but I've taught for 8 years previously, so this will be my 9th year. Spent 7 years teaching down in Cincinnati, and then once my wife and I found out we were having a second kid, we decided to move up this way. She's from Minster, so we figured it was the right time, and yeah, I'm loving it here. It's been a great experience and a good move. So.
All right. Well, my name is Natalie Drumm. I teach 4th grade English Language Arts at the elementary school. I'm originally from the Bellefontaine area and moved up to Celina when I was attending college, and this is my first year, so I'm excited, learning a lot.
So some teachers with some experience and then a brand new teacher right from the start here, Natalie. So welcome to Celina. And just to remind our audience, Natalie is at the elementary and Pat and Brooke are at the intermediate. So just wanted to clarify that with you. Can you guys share a little bit about why you became teachers?
So I'll go first.
There you go.
I went into teaching just because I had a great elementary, high school experience. But I wanted to be that difference for the kids, whether it was academically or being that home away from home, just to help them build as an individual student. So in the classroom and outside of the classroom as well.
I'm just gonna kind of piggyback off of that. That's the same reason that I wanted to be a teacher, and just being an advocate for those students who need help away from home. So.
Yeah, for me it was a little different. I actually have a marketing degree, and I went back and got a teaching license just because, you know, I knew when I was younger I always kind of wanted to do it, but I never pulled the trigger during college for whatever reason. And it's kind of the same thing. You have the opportunity every single day just to make a positive impact in a kid's lives. And, you know, we all had teachers that did that growing up, and, you know, it adds a little purpose to your day every day. And, you know, teaching is a great profession because every day is a little different. You know, it's always fun and entertaining and interesting. So it's definitely the right decision. So.
Right, so you guys talked a little bit about why you guys, became teachers. Why Celina? What brought you to Celina specifically?
Well, for me, I went here for college, and then I fell in love with the environment here, and I decided to move here and live here full term. It's kind of nice, you know, not being from this area. People kind of took me in, and I don't feel like an outsider at all. So I've been welcomed into the community.
Going off of that, so my mom and I both work out here at CrossFit Crave, and so I met some of the teachers through going there, and they talked very highly of Celina schools, and they seemed like the community was very connected, and I liked how everything was connected, and they seemed like a family.
Nice. Yeah, to me, similar. I'm an outsider, and, you know, spent most of my time not even around here until the last year or so, but just talking to some friends that I have in Minster and my wife's family and everybody, they're just like, it's a great community. You know, it's going in the right direction, right? They're growing in a lot of great areas, and it'd be a good chance to just get involved and keep helping that upward trajectory. So.
Right, I'm an outsider from Celina as well. I'm from Marion local, so but I would have to agree with you guys. One great thing about the Celina community is it's inviting, it's welcome, with open arms. They're always willing to help us, and on the other side of that, they're glad that we're here and that we can help out them and their families as well. So it's great to hear, you know, a great message on why you're here. We're over 9 weeks into the school year. Can you guys share a little bit about how your year's been going? Maybe talk about a success or a connection that you've made?
Sure. You know, I just think in general, I've just been so happy and pleased with like the motivation of the kids on their own to really want to try and succeed. You know, they're here for the right reasons, and they look to us to really, as kind of Brooke mentioned earlier, guide them academically, but, you know, they'll also talk to you about things that are going on in personal life, and that's been great too, just trying to have that positive role model aspect to it. You know, nothing too specific, but just I feel like every day, you know, the kids just have the right attitude and the right mindset, and it makes it easier to teach because they are here to learn, and we're all in this together, and I think they realize that we're all part of a team, and our goal is to, you know, grow. So.
Yeah, it makes a difference when the kids want to be here.
For sure.
You know, they find a teacher that they really gel with, and they're willing to have some nice two-way communication or some nice back and forth learning. So it's great that that's happening for you, Pat.
Yeah.
I would say going off of teaching 2 years at Lima compared to here, it's just amazing to see how much the kids want to succeed and grow. The kids come in at recess to try to get extra work, or if they're having any issues in the classroom, they come to you to talk about it. So I am really enjoying how all the kids do try. They try their best and they're putting the efforts in.
That's all we can ask.
It sounds like kids are coming to you, kids feel comfortable with you. What are some things that you guys do to build those relationships with kids or make them feel comfortable to learn and get to know you as a person?
I think the biggest thing is just, I'm with fourth graders, I'm greeting them every day at the door, and they just love being able to tell you stories. 9 and 10-year-olds are going to tell you what they did, and just kind of checking in on them periodically and, working together as groups and things, and I just kind of building their trust and knowing that they have a person that they can talk to, and whether it's school related or personally. So
Yeah. I think, the biggest thing is I just think you need to just be true to who you are, and your personality will naturally come out. You don't try to force anything. You just be the person that you are. And for me, the same type of parent that I am to my kids, that's how I treat with these kids. And I think they just make that connection. They realize you're being real. I know personally, like, I crack some jokes, I'm a little sarcastic here and there, and they kind of pick up on that, and there can be that little back and forth banter and things like that. And I think that's the kids pick up on that, like, oh, he's just a normal guy, but he's here to help us in that way too. So we feel more comfortable in the room, I guess.
Right, and just to inform our audience, teachers are normal people. They go home each night and they sleep at their own houses. They don't sleep here at school. I think there's some younger kids, I bet if you asked them, they would think that teachers live at school and that sort of thing. But it's great to hear you mention that teachers are just normal people.
We are.
Great message, Pat.
I would go off of what they both said, but I also think building that relationship as well is as they get into 5th and 6th grade, they're starting to get into sports. So you showing interest of, for example, going to football games, the kids love that. And then they'll talk to you the whole week about how their football game went, things like that. And also, outside of that, going into school, you're not just teaching them just to teach them. You're finding things that they enjoy, their interest, and keeping that in the classroom to keep them engaged.
Yeah.
You mentioned work outside the classroom. Can you guys talk a little bit about maybe a sport or a club that you lead or something that you're doing with kids outside of the classroom?
I am coaching JV softball this year for Celina. This will be my first year for that. And then I also, with CrossFit Crave, they have the Expanding Horizon program, and I try to help out as much as I can with that. They do start at 3 just because of the other schedules of schools. But anytime that there's a Saturday gig with it, I try to go, things along that line. So.
Brooke, could you share a little bit more about what you're doing at CrossFit and maybe what CrossFit is for our audience?
So CrossFit is just a workout program. You have about an hour. You get some lifting in, but you also do different workouts within that hour that get your heart rate up. Every day is a different day. And you have different people. You have people from the age of, let's say, 5, and you can go all the way up to 80. I mean, it's amazing how the community within CrossFit Crave can also expand out into the schools. So.
I am the head 8th grade girls basketball coach. So this is my 3rd year coaching for Celina. So I am with my 7th and 8th graders every day, and just even just building a team and a community through them, trying to get them involved with the high school girls as well, because, once they move up, then they become a team and a family. So that's what I do.
You guys talk about things that you do. What's your most favorite thing that you enjoy about working with young people or work within the classroom? What do you enjoy most?
I just think that you don't want to say like that light bulb moment, because, that's like when they make a connection with their work and like, oh, now I finally get it. That's always cool. But I also think the best part is just like you're seeing kids like figure out who they are and what they're good at, academically, not academically, like things along those lines, and just be able to take that and expand on it and realize that this is something that they can use for the rest of their life, whether it's joking or anything at all, right? Like, so the club that I work with here, we do a comedy club / improv club, and it's awesome to see the kids take some of the things that we learn in that club and try and apply it outside of the room. Every little thing like that, it's just, they're just trying to figure out who they are, what they like, their interests, and they're going to try and use that stuff for the rest of their life. So I think it's cool to lay that foundation almost. So
You want to tell us anything else more about the improv club? Is that just an intermediate school?
Yeah, so that's just something we do here in the intermediate school.
Okay.
Yes, sorry. Every Friday here at school we have clubs, and I kind of run the one that's comedy/improv, and we just do different things, try to get kids to think on their feet, be able to instantly react, try to get a laugh here and there. So we do some stuff from like Whose Line Is It Anyway, things like that. Just we have fun with it. So.
Right. They also have one at the high school. Ben Clipstein, who's a new English teacher there,
nice.
Does an improv program with the high school. So that might be a nice connection.
Yeah.
That those kids can make or look forward to as they
get older, right?
Through that sort of thing. Okay. Can you guys share a message? You get a chance to talk to the Celina community or the staff here. What's a message you'd like to just give to them? It could be a big learning. It could be
I would just say. I'm very grateful for how welcoming everybody in Celina has been in the community and outside, just because not every community and school gets that. So I'm very thankful of how welcoming the teachers have been. I know my first day here in the summer when we had our math curriculum camp, I was a nervous wreck because I knew nobody, but they were very welcoming. They helped me. They have been guiding me, and they still guide me. So
I would go off of that, even just being either a new teacher or just, kind of being into the school system. You have people in your corner. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I'm one who likes to, I don't want to do that. I don't want to bother other teachers, but you have a lot of teachers here with experience, and ask them. They're all more than willing to help and, make sure you're on the right track.
Yeah, and I just, kind of going off of what Brooke said, I've taught in 4 different school districts, and each one is different, pros and cons to everything, right? But when I'm here, it almost doesn't feel like it's work. It's like I just come, and I do the very best that I can, and everybody else around helps you succeed, which helps the kids succeed. And that is something I don't take for granted. Everyone's here for the right reasons, and that's great to see every single day. So.
That's a great message for our community. This is a job that we get to do, not a job that we have to do. So it's great that you guys have that at this point in your career. So let's change things up here a little bit. Do 5 quick questions. All right. So we'll do that. Just answers, no explanation. If you want to go back later on and talk more about one, you can. But we'll go ahead and start with Brooke. And all the questions, we'll just go rapid fire here.
Okay.
All right. College, university, where you obtained your teaching degrees.
Rio Grande University.
University of Dayton.
Wright State Lake campus.
Okay. All right. Natalie, going to you. Favorite subject in school growing up?
Mine was reading.
Math.
Math.
Okay. All right. Going back to Brooke there. Best or worst advice you've ever received?
I would say that there is no bad advice. You can always learn from any advice that you get.
For me, I'd say attitude is everything.
Mine would have to be, I've had a teacher tell me, kind of don't worry about what other people tell you. You need to do what's best for your kids and how they learn, or your classroom. It's your classroom for a reason, and you need to do what's best for them and not worry about what other people think about it.
Okay. If someone was looking to be a teacher, what advice would you give to them?
I would tell them that it's not an easy job. I feel like some people kind of have that perception that teaching's easy, and you need to have the right mindset to be a teacher.
Going off of that, don't go into it because you get summers off. Go into it because it's something you love to do and you want to make a positive impact. So,
going off both of them, I would agree. I would make sure that you give it your all. You can't only do half and half. I mean, there's teachers that go home and they're still doing work till 9 o'clock at night. So.
Last one here. What do you like most about Celina so far?
I just enjoy, again, the community, how welcoming everybody is and how much it feels like a family.
Yeah, I mean, it's everybody. It's kids, it's students, it's teachers, it's staff, it's everybody. It's just been so welcoming and positive that makes it easy to come to work. I
can't add too much to that. That I agree 100% with what they both said. It's a great community, and I mean, it feels like home now. This is where I'm at, and I'd like to stay here.
Okay.
Ditto.
There you go. Nice work. Can you guys talk a little bit about some additional things that you're doing outside the classroom, maybe a project or something that you're working on outside of school?
Well, I am in the process of moving to Celina, so I get to go home and move after this.
I got 2 little kids, so that keeps me pretty occupied. Nothing too big on the horizon just yet, other than that, day-to-day grind. So.
Yep, just teaching to coaching, and then a few part-time jobs here and there. I feel like I'm never home, so.
It seems like there's always something to do, whether it's a project or taking care of some kids or, working another job to kind of help yourself out a little bit. So it's amazing how much teachers are willing to do, not only here at school, but, in their personal lives and in their normal lives outside of the classroom as well. So is there anything you guys wanted to share that we didn't ask you about?
Go Dogs.
Fair enough. I'll accept that.
All right, does that work? There you go.
Let's close here with a chance for you to offer some praise to someone or to a group here in Celina, which we call a Bulldog Bark. So why don't you guys go ahead and take that on?
Well, I wouldn't give it to just one person. I would say 2 groups that I'd really like to give a shout out to. One, Celina staff again, because everybody is so welcoming. They're open arms. They help you with everything. Then I'd also give a shout out to everybody at CrossFit Crave, especially with the Expanding Horizon program. They are doing great things for these kids in school.
Yeah, for me, it's hard to just pick one because everyone's great, but teaching math and science, I haven't taught 6th grade before, so being able to work with all the 6th grade math teachers and the other 2 6th grade science teachers, the resources that they already have, the knowledge they already have, how prepared they are every single day has made it so much easier for me because I'm not starting from ground zero. I can use their knowledge to help me and put my own spin on it for teaching. So that's been awesome. Big shout out to all those people.
2 groups I really want to thank would be just the middle school teachers at Celina last year. I got to do my student teaching there, and they helped me learn a lot of things. And obviously the elementary this year, my first year, they're great. 3rd grade teachers, 4th grade teachers, principal, staff, everybody. So everyone at Celina, absolutely.
Great shout outs. So want to give a special shout here to Pat for letting us use his classroom.
All right.
So a lot of great things going on in here. But Brooke, Natalie, Pat, thanks for being on Bulldog Talk.
Thank you.
Thank you.